Hi everybody, Paul here. Every year millions of people get into their cars to find it won't start. If this happens to you, turn on the interior dome light manually or turn it on by opening your door. If the light is dim or if the light goes dim when you try to start the car, this is a sign that the battery's dead, which means the starter will not be able to turn the engine over. So the question is, what made the battery die? In this video, I'm going to cover a number of different reasons for a dead battery, which will fall into three basic categories. And remember, if your battery dies while you're driving, the car will stop running. The first category is simple use error. Number one is human error. You've probably done this at least once in your life like I have. You left your headlights on. Or you didn't completely close the door, hood, trunk, glove box, or maybe you left some interior lights on, causing a dead battery. Number two is using accessories. Using accessories such as the radio or other entertainment or communication systems for extended periods of time while the car is not running can cause a dead battery. So keep the car running when using accessories for extended periods of time. Number three is excessive short drives. Your battery puts out the most voltage when starting the car. Driving too many short trips and shutting off the car before the alternator has a chance to recharge the battery will cause a dead battery and explain why the battery didn't last very long. The second category is electrical system problems. Number one is parasitic drain. Parasitic drain is due to components in your vehicle continuing to run even after you turn the vehicle off. Some parasitic drain is normal, such as your clock, radio, or seat presets or security system. However, if there's an electrical problem somewhere, such as faulty wiring, poor installation, a defective fuse or relay switch, this can cause a dead battery. The easiest way to track down a parasitic drain is by attaching a digital multimeter between the battery cable and battery connection and remove individual fuses with the corresponding circuit and specific component while checking current flow. Make sure you use the highest possible amperage setting on your digital multimeter, otherwise you'll run the risk of blowing a fuse inside your digital multimeter. Number two is a defective alternator. If your alternator which charges the battery has a bad diode or voltage regulator, this can cause a dead battery while driving or even while the car is shut off. Alternator voltage output can easily be checked with a digital multimeter. If it puts out less than 13 DC volts at idle, then it needs to be replaced. Number three is defective alternator drive belt operation. If your alternator which charges the battery has a loose or worn out drive belt or a worn out drive belt tensioner, this can cause a dead battery. So make sure the drive belt has enough tension and is not worn out. Number four is corroded or loose battery cables. If your positive or negative battery cable connections are corroded or loose, it may not allow the alternator to charge the battery, causing a dead battery. Make sure your battery cables are corrosion-free and tightly fastened to the battery. The third category is battery problems. Number one is low electrolyte fluid. If your battery has removable caps like this one, then it's important to occasionally remove the caps and inspect the electrolyte fluid level inside each cell. Always remember to wear eye and hand protection, as electrolyte fluid is a corrosive acid. If you see the electrolyte fluid has dropped below the top of the lead plates inside any of the cells, then distilled water needs to be added to cover the lead plates. Number two is extreme temperature. A car not driven for extended periods of time sitting in extremely hot or cold temperatures can cause a dead battery. Keeping a battery maintainer like this one, which is different than a battery charger, on a battery that sits for extended periods of time without being used will maintain the proper charge, extend the life, and prevent a dead battery. A battery maintainer will not overcharge or evaporate the electrolyte fluid inside the battery. Number three is an old battery. If your car consistently will not start, then it's possible the battery will not hold a charge any longer because it's simply old and worn out and needs to be replaced. The easiest way to check a battery is with a digital multimeter. Check the battery after it's been sitting overnight. If the voltage is 11.8 DC volts or less, then the life of the battery is over. However, I strongly recommend when the battery voltage reaches 12.2 DC volts or less that it be replaced to prevent premature wear to your alternator and starter. You may be able to tell when the car battery starts to die if you find it difficult to start, have flickering lights, the radio or seat presets or security system won't work properly, or some type of warning symbol lights up on the dashboard. Figuring out what's causing a dead battery can be easy to diagnose, while other times it can be more tricky to diagnose and may require a good, trustworthy mechanic. I hope you found this helpful, and if you like this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and please be sure to subscribe. God bless you and have a great day. Bye for now.